invitation. It's really a pleasure to be here. I'm actually, I didn't expect it to be read, otherwise I would have sent a really small biographical note. So I'm here representing colleagues of mine from the Nova University participating in this incredible project, T-Factor, really. I should say incredible because Besnik is there, he was our project manager, and the team was amazing, was huge, but especially from all the European projects I've participated in, this was really the richest, honestly, in terms of human development and the lessons we learned with the communities. So, and I emphasize the communities because already in T-Factor, at the end of it, we had a conference in Florence with this question that led us to a roadshow we did in Trafaria, because our pilot of Lisbon was in Trafaria most of the time. So we had this question, what if temporary uses embrace goals of fair urban transitions? And again, I emphasize this fair because I really think that we are at a time where inclusion is innovation if, according to me, if it is bilateral, if it's about bilateral dialogues, about win-win situations and case studies. Okay, that's my point of view. So in Trafaria, we had, and we have the privilege, because we are still now carrying on with now the more visible support of the Town Hall of Almada, we have the privilege of Nova of having this prison just where the ferry arrives, coming from Belém. And this prison had been abandoned since 1982. Previously it was military and, with a long story, again, also very important for intangible heritage. But the important thing here, and for me, the metaphor even is that normally people tend to want to get out of prisons, and we want to get in. We want to get in because this prison is very, very rarely possible to be used. And we, because of safety reasons, we are planning an Institute of Arts and Technology from Nova to be installed there, but the works haven't even yet started because of a lot of issues of security, but also archaeological findings underneath, and so it's taking a lot of time. But this talk will be, and the story I want to transmit, if possible, to you, is about memories, living memories, that go really at the border of high technology and very, very low technology, which is the human skills, the soft skills. Low, for me, meaning high, but well, in this sense. So what we see there, what you see there, is actually one of those high-end technology products we did with the collaboration and creativity of artist Victor Gama, which is actually, again, another metaphor for the fishing nets and, at the same time, the spider webs, the connections. This was made of a very transparent, luminescent fiber, tissue that is very light, that could survive for 3 months, even against the inclement winds of that area. And we did it as a homage to the commuters in the ferries every day, because people at Trafaria are really not only at the fringe of poverty, most of them, but also not having cars, and so using the ferry all the time, but also to the fishermen, because we go there from communities of old fishermen, finishing, most of them, some of them, actually one of the oldest died recently, to our really strong regret, but also to the women who weave and still mend the fishing nets by hand. So all we've done was really a sequence of community activation activities, actions, actually, that go from, I mean, you can read it there, but we did a lot of actions from slum poetry events and competitions with young people, elderly people, so innovative poetry, kind of critical poetry, as if you know slam poetry. We did walkscapes, really, it's even hard to say, because when we walked, we saw so much damage in the river, so much litter that we had to counterpose to the stories that were told during the walks, so that's why we called walkscapes them. And this is just pictures of Trafaria. We had team mapping events where we joined the 4 communities living there. We put them together because we go, as I said, the fishing community to the central one, to the very more suffering one, to Rondões and Cova do Vapor. And these communities, in a dimension of 4 kilometers long, they often don't talk to each other. So the challenge for me coordinating most of the activities related to the arts, I was curating most of them, and with my colleagues from technology, the missions we had was this, but the challenge was to really make these communities communicate amongst themselves in the first place, but also that they would accept us in their social tissues and social living, daily lives. And that's why I said in the beginning that the project was incredible, because I think we succeeded in this, even though the Almada town hall at that time was not so much involved because they didn't have staff to be with us. We did a lot of activities that could not be done without volunteers. There was a time we had almost 200 volunteers from the communities in Trafaria, mostly young people, but also some elderly ones, actually, from the fishing community, who, by the way, helped Vitor Gama and myself to mount that huge large-scale installation because of their skills of strengths and knotting for the mounting of the installation. So we had seminars on critical futures, inviting Paul Goodwin, the Digital Campfire with colleagues from Italy as well. And the Bottom-Up Museum is actually a name we gave to this intersection of memories that we collect from months and months and months of people offering us photographs, dialogues, meetings, dinners and lunches and all kinds of activities via artists of fado, of all kinds of different performing artists we invited. And they were really very, very close to us, to a point where we now, especially me and my colleague, we can go into what people call the slum, the favela, and I have no fear at all. I can go in at any time. I can go and attend their rap concerts, which is also lovely, some other things we did. So again, the contrast was from real hands-on. We had, for example, in this event, real paper, big maps, where the locals would come, on a full day, would come and with their own little pieces of papers and writing, they would place in the map of Trafaria a place where they have a memory of in their old times or previous time, whatever. And then this was turned into a Web of Stories app. So from this content that we collected, be it from the photographs that they offered to us, we have 200 black and white photographs of their memories, and we said, no, we just want to see them, and they no, it's for you, so they offered us the photographs. So now all this content, photographs, films, all the events that we did are going to be in this Web of Stories geolocated, a kind of itinerary where people again can attend and see what we've done. For example, this series of 12 podcasts, we went from place to place in the 4 communities, we invited the 12, because we chose 12. At the time we had 3 months. Every week we had one emblematic protagonist in the area telling about their memories and their stories. And this was amazing because we did it live with them. We really then listened to the interview together with them. And that was touching, because some of them, they don't even know what Spotify is. So that's why I said in this pilot we had really a big contrast between high tech and very human skills. So I'll leave you, that we have a small video at the end, but with these topics that maybe are relevant to reflect about, which is participatory processes, of course, togetherness. We were academics, stakeholders, residents, artists, working really together, and the concept of permanent temporalities. And I call it permanent temporalities because sometimes, especially in Portugal, meanwhile uses become too permanent, and there in Trafaria, the time was really the key. Time was the key, and it takes an attentive, dedicated, and careful time for sure. So we need to be with them, really. So we had also this road show where we had, again, debates and cabarets and rappers. So during the last 3 years, we had almost every month an activity. So it was a lot, everything. You can see all these at the T-Factor toolbox in action. Everything is well documented there with stories, videos, and photographs. And the last thing I'll show you is just 1 minute. I think 1 minute is okay. Vera, am I doing well? Great, thanks. 1 minute. This video is actually a trailer of a video documentary done by a colleague of mine from Cinema Studies and the students of the high school in Trafaria. And this documentary is about especially work, the work in Trafaria, from the sea to the silos, the cereals, the women in the ceramics, the women in couture, sorry, I forgot the word in English, couture, sewing, yeah, not really sewing, making dresses, well, the word is missing now, couture. And we have all these 4 hours of video documentary, now actually just premiered. Luckily enough, we won this opportunity to go to Lisboa Doc, the festival of indie cinema. And this is really about the memories of everything we lived and enjoyed and shared, especially with these people. So the trailer is 6 minutes. I'll only show you the first one, but it's 4 hours that we are actually now dividing in different editions, half an hour each, and we remake the editions according to the place where it's shown. I have to acknowledge Pedro Florencio, who is the film director and a great colleague. And so here you are, with this just beginning. So the flavor and the sound of Trafaria. Can I have sound, please?
Aqui é a família Diniz Sampaio, nos anos 40. Aqui é nos anos 30. Aqui é Alfredo Didelé, que ainda é vivo, tem 100 anos, e que nós fizemos uma entrevista.
So it's really about the hard work there, in fact. Some people say it's a heavy film because it's about the hard life of working there. This is in the silos where they operate. Black quinoa coming in from every... And well, what I, just in the last sentence I would like to tell you, because this is finishing, is we had agreed it stops in one minute. The trailer is online, both in YouTube, but of course in the T-Factor website and the Toolbox in Action. But what I'd like to say, and just a final sentence, I also already told Vera, that I really believe that Trafaria can become a hub where innovation meets inclusion, but inclusion not in the patronizing way, but inclusion in the bilateral communication. Okay, so that's, I hope it can become a hub as well. Thank you.